Everton will face Spurs at Goodison on Saturday at the beginning of a huge week for the club.
Yeah, it's a big week. They've got the Tottenham game, then they've got the derby, and then there's well, I suppose the biggest game is going to be the FA Cup game next week against Sunderland, but it's Tottenham first on Saturday night. I mean, Everton's league form, overall I think it's the 1-1 draw with QPR means they've now lost, they've lost, I think it's only 2 the last 15 games. There's certainly 8 games unbeaten, but I think they've only won 2 of the last 8 league games. I think the cup form has maybe overshadowed the fact that they've got quite a few draws in the league, which is perhaps why they've not been shooting as much up the league as you'd think they would be. It'll be a difficult game for Everton, at least because there will be no Stephen Pienaar for them, because part of his loan deal from White Hart Lane means that he can't play against Tottenham. But in the mini derby this week there was Jack Rodwell was back, Leon Osborne was back, Phil Jagielka was back, even Ross Barkley got a game as well, and Seamus Coleman, so the players are coming back at exactly the right time. I mean, Everton were only played Tottenham I think it was 7 or 8 weeks ago at White Hart Lane, and they were well beaten 2-0, and I know that the players weren't particularly happy with their performance on the day, and Tottenham themselves have kind of, they've been up there challenging for the title, but in recent weeks they've kind of slipped away a little bit. Obviously there was the defeat to Arsenal, having been 2-0 ahead, and then there was the last week's defeat to Manchester United, and I think it's going to be too much for them to challenge City and United for the title. But they'll be a difficult proposition. Everton won against Tottenham at home last season 2-1, but before then I think it was 3 draws and a defeat at Goodison for Everton, so they know they're going to be in for a tough game. I mean, the obvious one that they're going to have to look out for is Gareth Bale, but it's whether or not maybe Tottenham might decide to rest a few players because they've had the cup replay in midweek, and then they'll have a cup tie the following week. I think it's against Bolton, so they're also in the cup, and they may think, I wouldn't say they were going to give up on the league, but perhaps they may just decide to, maybe the priority perhaps is with the cup. And obviously the other thing is that the Harry Redknapp situation. Harry Redknapp being linked heavily with the England job, so maybe that could have had an effect on their form, but we'll see.